Continental and American U.S. Airways has hurt consumers and entire communities. The harmful effects of this consolidation have come home to roost in numerous ways. A lack of competition and consumer choice allows carriers to disregard the interests and concerns of their passengers in ways that would have been unthinkable when there were 12 or 10 or even 8 major airlines in the United States. Compounding the harmful effects of industry concentration, passenger protections are further compromised because the Airline Deregulation Act preempted state consumer protection laws. The intent was to keep states from reimposing economic regulation, but consumers do not have the right of action to sue. And courts cited the Federal Preemption Clause in striking down New York State's 2007 Airline Passenger Bill of Rights. It's also become more difficult for consumers to determine the true cost of flying. Basic services such as checking baggage, selecting seats, changing flight reservations, even carrying on a small bag in some cases, are subject to higher and higher fees. This means it's no longer possible to make accurate apples-to-apples comparisons to previous airfares. We are calling for a consistent, uniform, comprehensive, clearly written set of passenger rights for U.S. airlines. What we cannot do is continue to leave it to the airlines to decide what rights they will confer in their contracts of carriage, which, as Consumer Reports has documented over the years, are lengthy, filled with legal jargon, and where the priority is to protect the airline, not its passengers, and are subject to change whenever it suits the airline. Here's an example taken from Delta's contract of carriage. Quote, "Delta's published schedules are not guaranteed and form no part of this contract. Delta may substitute alternate carriers or aircraft, delay or cancel flights, change seat assignments, and alter or omit stopping places shown on the ticket at any time. Schedules are subject to change without notice." Close quote. And here are some of the passenger protections we endorse. Clear and consistent guidelines for compensation for flight delays of varying lengths. Clear and consistent guidelines for compensation for flight cancellations. Clear and consistent guidelines for mishandled baggage. Clear and consistent guidelines for compensation for voluntary relinquishment of a ticketed seat, and a clear prohibition on involuntary relinquishment. Complete airfare transparency, including all taxes and surcharges and all possible ancillary fees from the airline.